Hi, my name is Jürgen. I'm 68 years old and I hiked the John Muir Trail in 2023. In the following video, I share with you 50 tips and tricks I learned on the John Muir Trail.
So my first advice to you is that you take the stuff with you what you think is the right thing for you. So some people are a little bit more careful than the others, and so for that you need to take more stuff with you or different stuff. So that's important. For me, for example, it happened that I left my wind jacket back because we discussed it in a group, and my friend said, well, you have a rain jacket, you don't need a wind jacket. Well, guess what? In a rain jacket, you sweat when you go uphill very quickly. In a wind jacket, you don't. So halfway through my trip, I got my wind jacket back, and it was perfect. So take what you think is the right thing for you. So second item, what I think is important is your base weight. So I went with a base weight of below 12 pounds. I saw that the average JMT hiker takes more than 20 pounds with him. That is a big difference, but you have to understand the lighter you go, typically it is more money. There are videos out there which show that you can go ultralight also with little money, and I would recommend you take a look at this. But in general, the lighter, the more expensive stuff is, but you should try to get to a base weight, I would say at least below 15 pounds. Third item, here's my tent. That's the Thurston 1 Xbit 1, and I was pretty happy with it. It is a little bit big from the floor plan. You always have to stake it all the way out because the vestibule stakes are really holding the tent together. But it's very small from a pack size, so it's smaller than my Z-Packs duplex I had, and that's why I took it. So it's not just the weight you carry, but it's also how much space it takes in your backpack. Good. The next one, yeah, and it's including a tent footprint, which I bought, was 19.5 ounce. So I think the footprint is 3 ounce. Next one, if you compare this to a duplex is simpler. You can pitch it faster, definitely, and it doesn't have so many strings attached to it. It's really a lot simpler to do so, but duplex, I touch the walls and humidity. Whenever there is high humidity, my sleeping bag gets wet. So I would say if you below maybe 5'10", 5'9", 5'8", on the smaller side, then a duplex is the ideal tent for you. If you hit 5'11" and bigger, take a duplex 1. For me, I'm about 6 feet. That's perfect for me. Next advice. I have to show you Den Durston backpack. Great backpack. I really like it. I took the 55 liter. My friend took a 40 liter, and I would recommend for any through hike, take the 55 liter. Mine was not always full, but it's good if you need to put sometimes a lot more stuff on it. You don't have to put it outside. You can put everything inside that bag. So it's a good bag, it's a light bag, and it's 31 ounce on the 55 liter versus 27 ounce on the 40 liter. So 4 ounce different. All right, next tip is I had a Gossamer Gear backpack, very flimsy. Pack-in stuff it's a very narrow piece at the top compared to the bottom. So you want to stuff into your backpack. Nah, it's difficult. So the Kakma is a much better backpack, and I'm super happy with it, as I said. All right, the next one is Enlightened Equipment. Sleeping bag. So let me show you. I wasn't sure the Revelation or the Enigma. I took a 20 degree, which was perfect. And there's always discussion about the bottom of it. If you zip this up properly, there's no wind going through it. Absolutely nothing. So, and you can easily open this up. So easily open it up. Let me show you. Here's the zipper. And then you take the strings up. And then when it's hot, you can open this up and you use it as a blanket. So this is much more convenient than, in my opinion, than one with a closed foot box. I don't know, when it's hot out there and you have a closed foot box, you have to put your feet out and they're getting cold at night. So you can use this as a blanket, and I think this is a much better solution. So enlightened equipment, 20 degrees Fahrenheit with an open foot box, the Revelation is the better choice. Next one is I use the Nemo sleeping pad. It's 21 ounce, it's a little bit heavier, but it's white and it's very comfortable. It's very easy to inflate, so I would recommend to do that. Now, here comes something important. Look at this. This is the bottle head. You open it up like this, you can drink, you close it, and you can, and it's sealed. I had one to screw up, and that's not a good part, because you have to stop. You put your trekking poles down, you try to unscrew it, and you lose time, and sometimes it falls down. This one is a much better way to do it, and I looked it up. It's called a push-pull cap, and you can order it from Bouchon Push-Pull Platypus. So you get, I think, 2 of them in one, and that's all what you need. So it's much better. So this is an important little trick, important. Okay, next one is, you need to have a bottle in front of it, and that's the nice thing on the Kakwa. You can put your water bottle here in the front very easily, and you can see it's right in front, and you pull it out, you drink, put it back, perfect. So make sure that you have a water bottle holder in front of your backpack, important. Next tip is, I use the smart water bottle. I know other people use different types, but this one is 0.7 liter. It's about the right size to fit in here in the Kakwa, so that's why I use it. I also used a smart bottle 1.5 liter. Now, if you carry this, it's 3.3 pounds if it's full. This year we didn't need to have this full. I filled it up in the evening, so when I wake up I could wash my hands and all that kind of stuff. Important, but when you look for ounce saving, this one is 3.3 pounds. Very heavy. So, but same thing, right? You have this push-pull cap on the top, and you use that. So I use basically this one, and then the 0.7 liter. That's all what you need if you hike in the Sierras, and you don't have to fill this up. Next tip is the water filter. Let me see, where's my water filter? That's important. That's an important thing. So let me show you. When you, so of course you use the Sawyer water filter. Here we go. And important piece is when you go and you fill it up, you buy this piece which fits on the water filter, and I put it in the description. My friend Dane used that, and I didn't have it on the trip. And you can screw this up, and you put your bottle right here, take the cap off, and you can screw it so when you turn it and put it down with a bottle, it cannot fall over. Otherwise you have to basically let me show you. If you don't have this piece on it and you have your water coming in, you have to target it, and it you tip it over and you lose it. And oh my God, I was always jealous that he had this little tiny piece that you can screw on your filter, and then you just can screw it up here and you can hold it properly. So let me show you how that looks. And you put your dirty water in here, for example. If you have your dirty water in here, see, you can squeeze it in, and then the water goes in here, and it can never flip over. All right. The next important tip is, oh my god, there was another one I got from my friend, hiking partner Dane. You use that water bag. It's a CNOC water bag, and 2 liters. Same thing. Why is that? Because it has a big opening. So when you go in a creek and you scoop this, you hold it on a creek, it fills up in 2 seconds. The whole thing is full, and then you close it and you put it through your filter. If you have any other one with a small opening, you cannot fill it up because the air is pushing against it and you will never get it full. Then you need a cup to fill it up. And so when you go take one with a big opening, if it's a CNOC or another one, doesn't really matter, but that's important. So use that. Screw my cups on back on it. Alright, so the next tip is, oh yeah, that's an important tip too. So at night, what do you do with your water bottle? You put your water bottle in your shoe. Put it in your shoe and it will stay, fall not over. Important tip. I saw that somebody posted it on YouTube, and I'm doing this every night. Take my shoes off, put the water bottle in there, and then it will not fall over. Otherwise, guarantee you it will fall over at night. When you wake up, you're thirsty and you grab it and it will fall over. So next tip is windbreaker. Yeah, we talked about this. Windbreaker is super important when you hike up and you sweat. You have your windbreaker on, then you don't sweat. So windbreaker is 2 or 3 ounce, something like this, 2 ounce. I have the Patagonia one. It's really, really good, and I never go without a windbreaker. Have that tip from my friend Ben, who plans to go up Mount Everest. Next one is a brim hat. Now, I know the brim hat doesn't look sexy, doesn't look so nice, but you know what? It protects your face a lot better than a nice ball hat, and I was happy to have that with me. Next tip is, also, I got that tip from my friend Ben, sewing clips. Holy smoke! So these are called sewing clips for fabric and quilting, 40 pieces. Now this is something really interesting because these are, let me put a color one out. This is what it is. It is super small. It weighs nothing, and you can use these clips to hang your clothes up, and you don't need anything else. So I would recommend buy these a few cents. Take them. There's a whole bag of them sewing clips. Great idea, Dane. Fantastic. I love it. Okay, so the next tip is a snap fold bowl. It's this piece here, super light, and you just snap it and you can make a bowl out of it. You can eat. Look at this. It's really cool. And the nice thing is, I used it, put my bread on it, my salami, like a plate, and I cut it on. It was always clean, easy to clean up with. So let me put this aside. It's a really cool idea. Good. The next one is Vaseline for your feet. So I was the only one, I think, who haven't gotten any blisters on my feet. So what you need to do in the evening is, well, actually when you hike and you do a break, like lunch break, you open your shoes up, take your socks off and let it air out. I did this on at least twice a day. And then when you come to camp, wash your feet, take some cloth and clean water, wash your feet, and then put Vaseline on it before you go to sleep. So I put my socks over my feet. First I put Vaseline on it, put socks over my feet, and fell asleep. And my feet were like baby feet. they're taken care of. So that's an interesting piece. The next thing is when you look at the shoes, I have carry Ultra shoes with a Vibrant sole. So that's the Ultra Olympic shoe, and I think the Vibrant sole is sturdier than anything else. So it's a great thing. Then I used an Ice X and a Kemp Ice X, and I was super happy I had it with me. There were some snow fields, very, very steep. You don't have to, but if you're worried about it, take it. It's worth it. I was super happy I had it with me. The next thing I had is, of course, micro spikes. So I have here a pair of micro spikes with me, and they are the Hill Sound micro spikes. They're maybe a little bit heavy, but they're very, very good and sturdy, and you have this clip over it, so I think that's an additional safety feature for it, and they serve me really well. They're on and off very quickly, very snug, and I liked really having the micro spikes on. Good. Bear canister. Now I use the spare canister here, the ultralight fiber material from Wild Ideas, and you have to do another trick with this one. I used a quarter, made a hole in the quarter, and you need this to open this one up, because you need otherwise like a screwdriver to open this up, and then you just do it like this. You can open it up and close it again very quickly. So use a coin, make a hole on it, use it, and that's a really cool trick for your bear canister. Lip balsam, yeah, you should have lip balsam, definitely. The sun is out most of the time, but use some with SPF. I didn't know that. I just had some, and then I saw at Red Meadows that you can get lip balsam with SPF. So buy lip balsam with SPF. Another one is solar panel. There's a lot of, can we use solar panel, yes or not? I put it in the description. Absolutely you can use it, and you can see what we did is we put with Velcro. With Velcro we attach this on the back, this battery pack, and then you just connect it to it, and you have a very short cable. I had a long cable, my hiking buddy had a short cable. It's better for impedance. So yeah, and then you hook it up, put it on top of your backpack, and sunshines it. And that battery was Night Core. It's I think 10,000 milliamp. Is that correct? Yeah, 10,000 milliamp hours, 38.5 watt hours, and this was mostly full in the evening. And then you hook up at night your devices on, and it's being charged. So that was good. Served me very well, and I would absolutely always take that with me. You don't want to run out of power. Good. The next one is when we're talking about that using your phone. You know, I had Far Out with me. Far Out is good for water sources, but the Gaia GPS is more precise, and we were mostly using Gaia GPS on it, but best of it is you use both. Good. Another one is the pullover hoodie Senshi Design and windbreaker. Yeah, the windbreaker, we talked about it. I bought this from Senshi Design. It's a super light, what is it, 3 or 4 ounce only. I'll put it in the description. And you put that wind jacket over it, and underneath it you have your sun hoodie, and that's all what you need for hiking. Again, I got this from my friend Ben, who hikes all over the world, and was in Denali up there. He told me that it goes down to 0 degrees Celsius, so 32 degrees. That's the way how you hike, and that's probably what you need most of the time when you hike in the Sierras. Good. Bring your rain jacket. Yeah, of course. You will. There are several out there. You can look that up. Oh yeah, another one. Oops, another one. Important one is headlamp. Oh, headlamp. So I went with the that ultralight headlamp, and guess what? We were hiking up to Mount Whitney, and just at the snowfield when we had to scramble up to the rest, my battery was dead because it only lasted for 2 to 3 hours. So I bought a different one now, the what is it called, Arctic, and that has like Arctic here, and that one lasts for over 10 hours when you go and have it on medium, and that's all what you need when you hike. You don't need the highest setting. So this is 3 ounce versus the 1 ounce on the super light one, but in the future I will carry this definitely with me. I don't want to run out of night when I hike at night. Good. Sunscreen. You can buy a sunscreen as a face stick. That's what I used. Any kind of sunscreen you can use, but the stick is drier and you don't mess up your fingers. So I think that's a good idea. Use a face stick. Next one, permethrin. So you have to treat your clothes, all of them, with permethrin. Permethrin is used by the U.S. military since over 30 years, and what it does is when you spray it, you can buy the product by Sawyer at REI. It binds with your clothes, and it lasts for 15 wash cycles, something like this, and it keeps the mosquitoes off. And I can tell you, there was only 1 or 2 occasions where we need a mosquito net. At High Sierra camp we needed it, and that was about it. And we met so many people who had, hundreds of thousands of mosquitoes around them, and they didn't bother us because of that permethrin. So use that. That's a fantastic product, and certainly something you absolutely need. Then I had these bought from REI, these long pants, and they're super comfortable. They're very thin, and I lost a knob up there. I guess I had too much weight at the beginning and had to resaw that in. I used from Z-Packs the needle. I bought that. Extra tip: bring that with you. You never know if you need that or not. But long pants. For the brush you have to go through with all the avalanches, I wouldn't go with shorts anymore in the JMT. There's so many avalanches down in the debris you have to climb over. You need long pants. At least I was happy to have that. Good. Trekking poles to have tape around it. I think everybody who does videos on hiking shows you that. It's another one. And then, where is that? I think I don't have that with me, but use a pee bag. Pee bag is super important. It's great. You can buy that also. I'll leave a link below. You can pee in at night. You don't have to get up, and then you put it outside. It has almost no weight. It's a fantastic product. I use it every night, and so pee bag. Next tip is spare tent string. You don't have to use the whole big one, but I use that to hang up my clothes, and you can put it inside the tent. So don't forget to bring some with you. The next one is eating. Let me make just a comment on it. I only ate about 1,500 calories, probably burned about 5,000. I lost about a pound a day, so 18 days I lost about 18 pounds. Let me put this back. About 18 pounds, and so I didn't feel anything bad about it. So all that discussion about what you need to eat and so on and so forth, I think it's worthless. I had choco drink in the morning and nuts, and then at lunch I had some bread and salami, a little bit of fruit, and in the evening I also had not a lot. So just a bag of food. So food was not for me so important. Electrolytes, of course, you need it. Okay, trekking poles. Alright, I have my trekking poles on my tent, so I cannot show you, but what you need to do is when you go over a lock, you don't keep your trekking poles like this out to keep the balance. You take them and you stick them into the tree trunk on an angle, like this, right? Like this. And that gives you balance, and you can keep it. And that's the easiest way to walk over a log. So don't try to balance, don't try to rob over. I did this on every time, and for me at least, that was perfect. Alright, the next thing, don't believe the YouTube videos that everything is beautiful. Yes, it is very beautiful, but it's super hard also. It is hard. The JMT, especially with the debris now from the avalanches and the rain and the creek crossing and the snowfield crossing, it is hard. It is very hard, so it's beautiful, but it's also hard. Good. Mount Whitney. We left at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that was too early. Up when the sun is up, so you can see the trail and don't have to freeze. And so sometimes it's very, very cold, especially up in Mount Whitney. I would use some warm gloves. You know, I didn't have that. I had just some thin gloves, and definitely Z-Packs has some warm possum gloves, very super light, and I would definitely use them in bringing them with me. Good. Another tip is go to Halfway Anywhere. There is a survey about the PCT, and there's a survey about the JMT, where they show all the gear they have and so on and so forth. That's the best source you can get, where you always get the best equipment. Good. Bring Imodium. I had problems at the high altitude with my stomach. I needed Imodium. That was a lifesaver for me. Next tip, hiking alone versus with somebody else. I would say hiking alone and then waiting for somebody is better than hiking together, because everybody goes their own speed, and that's what we did, and I think that was a good thing. Next tip, go to Red's Meadow. Definitely, it's a wonderful place. You can eat there. We ate there, and we stayed there at their campground overnight. We went to VVR. That's our second time I went to VVR, and I have to tell you, VVR is a fantastic place. They take care of campers. Definitely go to VVR. And when we took the detour, Paiute Pass, and we went to Bishop. And Bishop, we stayed at the hostel, and during the day, it was a great place. So I would recommend the hostel. Okay, I showed you my necklace with a quarter coin already. Leukotape, we talked about it. And in case you get blisters, so if you forget to put your Vaseline on there and clean your feet and so on and so forth, you have the wrong shoes, take the Leukotape from your trekking pole and put it on the blisters. I took Ziploc bags, almost everything, and don't forget to put your camera and your battery inside your sleeping bag, also your water filter, when it is below freezing. You lose your camera. My camera lost power when I didn't put in my sleeping bag, so I put in a sleeping bag or enclosed inside my tent to keep it a little bit warmer. Good. So these were 40 to 50 tips. What I showed you, I hope it's going to help you for your through hike. And good luck to everybody, and have fun.